This is the Venezianico Nereide Aureo. It is one of Venezianico's nicest diver releases. It's more of a dressy style or design, though it is certainly capable as a dive watch. It still has 200 meters of water resistance, a thread down crown, a tungsten bezel insert, and an AR-coated sapphire crystal, which I think looks really nice. That's a good detail that some watch brands miss out on. No, it's more of the shiny, reflective style of the watch and this new bracelet design that tones down the toolishness and it amps up the finesse or the visual presence of the watch. Venezianico has made it a regularity in working with pretty uncommon or sometimes exotic materials. Some examples are dials crafted out of amethyst, or taking an ancient coin and recreating the design in aged brass for the dial. They have painted dials Masu Black, which is a compound that absorbs 99% of light. They work in mother of pearl, aventurine glass, forged carbon, ceramic, full superluminova, and tungsten. And in the case of this Nereide Aureo, a dial that has 24 karat gold electroplating. Aureo, and please forgive my pronunciation, roughly translates to gold or golden aura. Venezianico takes the main metallic dial disc and then tumbles the disc so each one has a unique rippled finish, and then they electroplate the tumbled disc to apply a very thin layer of precious metal in an even way. And then after this gold is applied, it's coated with a clear varnish to protect the material. And the result is a very attractive, slightly reflective, almost frosted gold type of appearance. And I think it looks very warm, very sharp. And this is what Venezianico calls their tribute to ancient Venetian gilding. And why would they want to pay tribute to Venetian gilding? Well, Venezianico is an Italian-owned watch brand, a micro brand. The logo for the brand is a Maltese cross, and they have a boutique at the Palazzo Baradel, which is 30 kilometers from Venice. And I like that regional tie into the brand. Accenting this rippled gold dial is a tungsten bezel insert. Tungsten is an extremely strong metal that is nearly impossible to scratch, and it usually falls between 7.5 and 9 on the Mohs scale, with diamond being the hardest value at 10. This Neriede case is now paired with a new 5-link bracelet design. Venezianico calls this the Sansovino bracelet. The design is a 5-link design of alternating brushed and polished links. They fully articulate, which I really like to see, and they're fastened together by split pins. The links are solid, as are the end links, and there is a pleasant 4mm taper from the end link down to the clasp. Now, the clasp is thick, it's milled, it has a raised Maltese cross logo, which I like, and then it has a push button release and 4 traditional micro adjustment holes. But please note that this is not a quick adjustment style. There is no dive extension system. You will need a standard spring bar tool to make the positional adjustments. And that's where I get a little disappointed, because I really like the look of the bracelet. I like the look of the clasp. But watch collectors these days have really come to prefer on-the-fly adjustability in sport watches. This does the job, yes, but it is not as convenient as other makers' designs. So if I'm a watch brand in 2024 and I'm doing a new bracelet, I am definitely going with an on-the-fly adjustability in the clasp. I think that is a must in my opinion. And I would also move away from split pins and use a pin and tube system or a screw pin system. I think that would also be a move in a better direction. Now let's take a look at a couple other details of this new release. The dial has polished applied markers that attach to the chapter ring, and they float over this frosted gold dial. And this gives the markers more of a dimensional, raised look. They stand out more, and I really like that. There's a date complication at the 3 o'clock position on the dial, and all of the text is crisp and it's printed in a black color. Venezianico chose Superluminova BGW9 for the Lume. It has a completely white tone and natural light. It's desaturated, void of color, but in low light conditions, it glows a cyan blue and it has some really nice longevity. The bezel action is excellent. It is snappy. It has a great mechanical sound to the click spring. There is zero backplay. I would classify the bezel action here as above average for the price of the watch. The only negative thing of note is polished tungsten really shows fingerprints and smudges. So if you use this bezel, if you spin this bezel, be prepared to wipe it clean of fingerprints if you want to enjoy this deep reflective shine that I think looks so nice. Now, the case back of the watch depicts the interior of the Basilica of San Marco. This 1,100-year-old cathedral is home to some amazing gilded wall and ceiling art, religious art, and when it's lit up, it almost has a golden glowing appearance that I think this rippled 24-karat gold dial has or mimics in certain light angles, and that's a fun correlating detail. Lastly, inside the watch is a Sellita SW200-1 caliber. It's a trusted Swiss-made movement based on the 2824-2, though it does have one additional jewel. This has Inca block shock protection, a 4 Hz beat frequency, and 38 hours of power reserve. Overall, I think this watch is sharp. It's certainly more of a dress-style diver. I would say it's a pretty watch, it's comfortable, it's eye-catching on the wrist, and for reference, my wrist is 7.25 inches in circumference. I really like the dial surface. I think that is interesting. I like this bezel action. I like the look of this new bracelet design. So overall, there's a lot to enjoy, though it isn't perfect. The first 500 pieces of this 800-piece production run, they have already sold out. They've already shipped to consumers, but there are still a few spots open for the final delivery, which will begin on September 30th, which is next month as of the time of posting this video. The retail price as shown is $1,295, and the pre-order price, which is open right now, is $1,035, which is a nice $260 savings. I've placed all links below. Let me know if you have any questions. I would be more than happy to help out in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, this watch fan perspective look at the Nereide Aureo, please subscribe to my channel. I post detail-focused reviews of mid-level and luxury watches all the time, and I'd love your support. Thanks.